Welcome back. We move now to culture. For hundreds of years, artists have used nudity and the human body to express ideas, feelings and even to make political statements. Now a new exhibition in Israel is looking at how the image of a naked female has impacted feminism. The showcase itself had experienced its own form of censorship. One of the works was deemed too controversial to be displayed in its original form. I24 News culture correspondent Margit brings us the story. Please note this report does contain some nudity and viewer discretion is advised.
Nudity, art and politics. In a public space, the human body has the potential to shock and offend. Whether it's naked statues of President Donald Trump or mass nudity, like in the works of famous photographer Spencer Tunick, the bare body makes headlines. A new exhibition in Israel is tackling all of these issues and more from a feminist perspective. At the Margit Museum in Haifa, the Hannah Orloff exhibit looks at feminist sculpture in Israel. A trailblazer, Orloff was one of Israel's first female sculptors.
Today, we don't really think about the obstacles the female sculpture had to face back in the day. This is what makes Hannah Orloff a great artist, and is also why her contribution to women's art is so important.
The artworks here show the female body in an unconventional light.
This is my feminist statement in my work. I am not an object of the male gaze or of a man who is sculpting me. Instead, I'm using my body as a form of expression.
Atlas held up the sky. The whole world belonged to him. In mythology, the Caryatid, on the other hand, held up buildings. The house was her domain. Unlike Atlas, the Caryatid does not hold up the sky. The world does not belong to her. She's in the house and locked inside.
Others chose a more direct approach to represent a woman's experience.
My work here looks at the female body and how it combats illness, specifically breast cancer. My sculpture is called Tree of Life, and it was inspired by a woman who was very close to me and whom I care deeply about. Nudity is not pornographic or sexual. It is something that serves an artistic purpose.
But some still find nudity offensive or inappropriate. Sometimes the authorities get involved, and censorship becomes an issue. Take Miri Regev, Israel's culture minister. She recently threatened to defund the country's top culture festival over performances with full frontal nudity. In Israel, the art world is reluctant to talk about her. When we asked the curator of this show what she thought about Miri Regev's impact, she shut down the discussion.
This whole topic is very annoying. I don't think we need to get into this.
But Regev already seems to have had an effect, right here at the Margit Museum. This artist's performance, titled Plasma, was featured in New York galleries many times. Verit Sivan slowly covers a live model with thread. The performance culminates with the model standing up and emerging naked from the pile of thread. But in Israel, the performer remained clothed. In previous performances, all was laid bare. Verit Sivan told us she was surprised when the museum refused to allow full nudity. She says it was the first time in years her live model had to wear clothes. In this case, the censorship had nothing directly to do with Regev. But government action isn't always necessary. It appears some in the art world are already following the minister's lead.